What is going on, guys? Your boy Guns here, and today I want to bring you guys a full rally guide for Thaleia. As you guys know, we did a decent amount of rallying in the Dragon Zone. At first, people were a little skeptical, didn't want to join it, but once they started seeing the results, they started becoming believers. Okay, so let me go ahead and show you off the ripskis. The report that I'm talking about, and then I'll go in and talk about the different builds. And then at the end of this video, I'll go ahead and link the video to you guys. Also, if you guys are enjoying the content, don't forget to hit a like on this video, guys. If you're not subbed, also hit that sub button, turn on the bell notification. Okay, guys? Okay, so going in with the rally report that I wanted to show you guys. So this is rally number 1, right? You can see here, look how well we traded. Tank on tank is not trading like this. I promise you guys that. I mean, unless there's like a big difference in the pet wise, in the pets, usually that can make a pretty landslide difference between tank on tank. But if you guys see this statistics wise, look how good the Shadow Phaedrake did. And my Shadow Phaedrake is decent, right? Nothing too crazy. And I'll show you guys my Shadow Phaedrake here in a bit. Overall, you can see in the stats up here, we took a little bit less deaths than them, but considering we're the ones on offense, that is not that bad. Obviously, we would want to take a lot less deaths as possible, but you know, with these bastions, it's inevitable, and especially with the acceleration that happens. So, if those are guys that don't know, whenever you're bastion fighting, I think it's like every 5 minutes or so, you get battle acceleration, and then it makes it like speeds everything up times like I don't even know what the percentage is, to be honest, but you can see we gave them double the sev wounded. That's also really good. So as long as you're doing more damage to them, that's more ideal. Now, laying down some foundations, right? When it comes to mage rallies, you need to have pretty damn good control of the entire field. This is mainly, the mage rallies are mainly for a situation for you know, you have almost full complete control of the field, right? And they're kind of just hunkered down, just chugging freaking tanks at them, right? And in that scenario, you could even do a double rally if possible. In the best case scenario, you can do a double rally, right? You can do the tank rally, right, to tank it, and then you can send in a mage rally to back it up. Now, I know sometimes with the Magro Gorish, a lot of people don't like sending the double rally. So if you don't like sending the double rally because you don't want to take the double extra damage, because of Magro's freaking non-diffuse AoE damage, trust me, I know it hurts. But, you know, you could also just do one-on-one. Either way, these builds are going to work for you guys that I'm going to show you guys. So you can see here, excuse me, still freaking sick a week later. It works well. It works well. If we look at the Legion buffs, you can see here I use my 3-star Shadow Phaedrake. It's decent. I would say my Shadow Phaedrake, it's about, I would say it's A tier. I would say it's A tier. If I had like a 3-star Magic Fortune, 3-star Magic Spirits, I would go for it. But right now they're a little too out of my price range. And you could take a look at that Broom Bear. That Broom Bear is pretty cracked, right? But the main thing that Broom Bear is missing, guys, is good old Fatal Bite. He's missing Fatal Bite, right? The Fatal Bite is a huge component for this, right? A huge component for this. But either way, you can see even with this build that we had, we were using the new artifact on here. So one of the main things too with these builds, guys, is Thunderlin's little like AoE pulsing sometimes would not allow them to reinforce the bastion, and that's huge. It wasn't like it was definitely not perfect. It definitely wasn't perfect, but it would catch them from time to time, and it was actually really funny to watch. I'll link the video at the end of this one so you guys can check that out. But yeah, so there's that one, and then here is a counter rally. Here is a counter rally that I sent out. Here is a counter rally, and I'll show you guys both builds, the ones for the first one and for the second one. So here's the counter rally, right? A bunch of marches were hitting my Mage March out there. Now, not ideal, right? I'd rather it actually hit the rally, but hey, sometimes when people see Mage rallies, they're just gonna start launching a bunch of calves at it, freaking you name it, mainly calves. Yeah, mainly just bombing calves, archers, you name it. So you want to try to be as ready as best as possible to be able to at least do some damage back to them. So let's go ahead and start going into those builds. All of these builds are battle tested, okay guys? All of these builds are battle tested. So going into the talents, right? So we got our first one. So I have this one right here. This is a rally bastion setup. Okay, so this is only for bastions when they have infantry only, right? Because you can see here, we took off fair offense because we don't want to have fair offense going up against infantry. As you guys know, mages counter infantry. Well, at least they're supposed to, right? So we went with this build right here. You can see went overall health, some overall attack, some defense penetration here, and then landslide, right? So as long as your unit count is over 50%, you deal 3% more damage, a little bit extra rage accumulation, right? I mean, ultimately that's what you want, right? More hero skill damage bonus. You take less damage, and also increases damage dealt for 5 seconds with the trailblazer. The thing with the trailblazer, one of the things I want to look at is like how often does that actually proc, right? If it's just one time, maybe it's better to go over here. But like I said, I'm only going with what I know, right? And then we went over here to the magic tree, getting some more HP, some more rage, and then hero skill damage, some more defense penetration. Yep, ignoring the 10% of the defense. And then this one right here is just a little extra orb, right? Get a little bit extra shields that helps proc some of the skills on the new mages. So that's the build that I have there, right? When going up against bastions only. Now, if you're doing a counter rally, trying to go up against another tank, I would go with this one, right? I put it rally swarm, because you can see here I went with more survivability with this build, because you more than likely will get freaking swarmed, right? So I know here I put I put landslide here, so I need to change this. So make sure that you guys put fair offense here, because you're more than likely going to get intercepted. So you see, while serving as a rally captain, you can force the enemy rallied army or garrison army into a fair fight. Sorry, never mind. Keep landslide. That's my fault. So once you actually hitting the infantry, you still want to have this one over here, right? A lot of people forget about fair offense, right? Fair offense, especially, I don't really recommend mages for city rallies. I've launched one. Didn't do the greatest. I also didn't have the best tree on there because I didn't have fair offense on, which is a huge L. But if you do launch a city rally, I would say do this one right here, the rally bastion. But instead of landslide, go ahead and put fair offense, right, for city rallies. And then over here for the rally swarm, you can see here we went with this one. So cut through. So when your rallied army is surrounded, it increases your attack bonus, right? And it gives a max limit of 10% there, which that helps out a lot, right? We got landslide here. We got extra counterattack for people that are swarming you, more rage. This one right here, so rallied army takes 75% less bonus damage from being surrounded. And trust me, those calves are going to want to eat your freaking little mage march up. So that's the build there. As you can see, I am running the shadow. Now, some people were saying like, wouldn't the seraphic be better? And I'm like, probably. I don't. My seraphic is definitely not ready yet. I mean, it just came out, right? You always want to make sure that you want to have at least minimum of a 2-star talent, right? But you want to make sure your rally leads, or so-called rally leads, have 3-star talent skills, right? So this one, for example, is going to be a long-term project. I'm praying that we get some kind of add-ons that you can add skills to your pets, which would make this pet like super cracked once it becomes available to do it. But but if you do, so here's the shadow, right? Here's the shadow Phaedric that I went with. So I may work on the shadow Phaedric a little bit more. Obviously, having a little bit more luck would be better, but as you guys know, man, you just gotta pray for the best, man. Pray for the best, that whenever you decide to do regenerations, that you get some good ones. Now, off on a side tangent here, whenever you guys are building your pets that you are more than likely going to want to rally with, you want to make sure that you get good skills and base attributes before you start full sending into that pet, right? I would say besides that, you can kind of just try to be patient. Have like a little side pet to like work on at the time being, right? But this is the one that I had. Now, if I had an 8th slot, I would add the EOS, the 3-star follow-up. I would add the 3-star follow-up to it. But if I had the Seraphic, I would use this build that I have on my Sapphire Phaedric here, except for obviously instead of Advanced Pain Bloom, it'd be an Advanced Soul Source. And that's how I would do that build over there. And then instead of that, instead of the freaking Resonance, I'll probably throw on the other one that it has here, right? Intense Soul Source. So I do think in the future the Seraphic might be better. Maybe the Shadow is pretty notorious for for like a 1v1 situation. So over here, let me show you guys another picture over from Luno from Dang Dang. He changes his name a lot, so I'm not really sure what his actual name is, but he's one of the best mages in the game. Look at this report, guys. Like, what? This is an insane report. Granted, I know you guys see 689 units here, and a lot of people are gonna be, and it's probably get into the comments saying, "Oh no, freaking, he had way less." But that's just how the report showed right here. But after talking to Tinsy, shout out to Tinsy for sharing this info with me. They did have more than that, right? So, and this is what he was running on his build. Look at that Shadow Phaedric. It's like 3-star everything. It's like 3-star everything, guys. It's crazy. Now, some of you guys may be wondering, like, why isn't he running Resonance? Guys, I'm not gonna lie, guys. I think maybe this one right here, what is this? The intense something. It's called intense something, right? Intense follow-up might be better. Might be better than Resonance. I know. Some of you guys are probably like, what? No way, right? Because I'm on. Oh shit. I thought I felt like I deleted it for a second. But it might be better, man. That crit is crazy on that follow-up. So, and then as far as the artifact, I went with the Thunder Elegy. Because I mean, you can't launch artifacts, right? You can't. The Mirage Orb's not gonna proc when you rally. So maybe the Thunder Elegy is better. Maybe the Visage of Sanctus is better. I don't know. Does the Visage of Sanctus proc? But, you know, this video is mainly just to tell you guys what actually been working. But if you don't have a Thunder Elegy, I mean, maybe this one. Yeah, I mean, it's additional effects, so it might be better, guys. I think it's worth a test. But anyways, I showed you guys the pet. I showed you guys the artifact, the other potential artifact that might be doing better. The Visage of Sanctus is doing better for me in the field, so it may transfer over to the actual rally. I do have both mages maxed out, 6-starred. So for all people inspiring to be rally leads, I feel like this is the way to go. So. And man, let me tell you guys, it felt good being a rally lead. I'm not gonna lie. I've been talking about wanting to be a rally lead, being that guy, so to speak. Yeah, it's pretty cool. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the guide. If you have any questions, let me know down below. I didn't try a Thundolin primary, right? Because I feel like the Thaleia should definitely be the rally lead. I mean, she has the rally tree. So anyways, guys, if you guys have any more questions, okay, drop those questions down in the comments below. All right, once again, if you guys enjoyed this guide, this rally guide, drop a like on the video. All right, if you're not subscribed to the channel and don't want to miss out on this content, hit that sub button, turn on the bell notification, lets you guys know when I go live or drop a new video. Guys, until next time, it's your boy Guns, and I'm out. Peace, y'all.